Hi, I'm Rachel, and I am a contracts manager for my company, and I will be adding an MSA into Ironclad today. Currently, our MSA creates a few bottlenecks, specifically around data collection and approval routing with non-standard terms. So let me show you how these roadblocks can be removed using Ironclad's Workflow Designer, which combines contract drafting, metadata collection, and approval routing all within one no-code platform. So to kick off this process, I'm going to upload our standard MSA as a Word document. And the first step to actually building this workflow is going to be tagging the critical pieces of information that will be needed to complete the contract. So I'll start with agreement date, counterparty name, and counterparty address. You can see how quickly this template is tagged, ensuring that the key data is collected within the intake form that will be used by my business users. Ironclad has 18 predefined metadata fields and also allows for additional tags to be added in just a few seconds. For example, I'm going to add payment terms to make sure that this is collected during the contract intake. And just like that, we will make sure that that piece of information is always collected and tracked. Conditional language and approval routes can also be configured based upon these metadata tags. One of the bottlenecks that consistently arises with our MSA is knowing when to loop in our finance team. So I'm going to make a condition that will align with our internal process. And so this is when payment terms do not equal net 30, we will be able to add a specific approval condition. And so let's go ahead and set that up right now. Because we added that piece of conditionality, it can now be selected from our triggers in the approval route. By selecting this finance approval group, the designated approver will be notified anytime non-standard payment terms are selected. So after setting approvers, we're going to determine who should sign and when. And by default, our counterparty is already set as a signer, and we're gonna go ahead and make sure that we have an internal signer as well. And then lastly, we will create the form that my business users will use to launch an agreement. This dynamic launch form can include nested questions, various question types, as well as help text to guide the user to generate the best first version of the agreement. So for starters, I'll just name the launch form and then reorder some of the questions that are pre-populated based upon those metadata fields from our tagged template. And even our new payment terms field is added right alongside, but we want to make sure that this is selected as a multiple choice option with our pre-approved list of payment term options. So we have net 30, net 45, and net 60. And this is a required question, and I will just add some helpful text here, ensuring that my business users know that anytime net 45 or net 60 is selected, the finance team will be needed for approval. And just like that, we were able to upload a contract template, determine approval and signature routes, as well as configure an intake form for my business users, all to streamline our MSA process while adhering to compliance and risk requirements.